My name is West. If this is your first time on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about the tabooed topic of menstruation. This is a topic that is very controversial. This is the reason why I want to talk about it today. If you are a practitioner of African spirituality, you are going to discover that there is this notion or this taboo or this belief or these misconceptions about menstruation that is all over the place, about a woman menstruating as in seeing a period that this woman is considered as unclean during that period. And as a matter of that fact, she cannot do spiritual work, or she should not be allowed to do spiritual work. Okay, so if you follow African spirituality closely, especially our traditionalists, this is what majority of them believe about the issue of menstruation. I don't know where this belief came from, and I beg to differ. A lot of women have asked me this question over the years, and I still get asked this question repeatedly, that can they do any form of spiritual work if they are on their period? And I always tell them the same thing. Yes, you can do spiritual work when you are on your period. There is nothing wrong with it, for the very good reasons that I am going to mention. And these are simply common sense reasons. Okay, first of all, this menstruation thing, it is a natural phenomenon. This is something that occurs in the life of women. Okay, it is not a bad thing. There is nothing evil about it. That is what you need to know first. This is a natural thing that occurs in nature. So there's nothing evil about it. There is nothing abominable about it. Okay, it simply shows that the woman is fertile, the woman can have children, and the woman did not conceive during that month. Okay, so this is very normal. It is perfectly normal. Okay, so for those people, those traditionalist men, especially in West Africa, high heat Nigeria, that believe that a woman is unclean during her menstruation, I don't know where they get this idea from. I don't know where they get this from. Even me, I have searched to find out where this came from. I have read many spiritual books, many ancient Egyptian texts, many scrolls, many of our grimoires. I have not seen anywhere that this is written down by anybody, that a woman on her menstruation is unclean and so cannot do spiritual work, and so should be treated in such a way that she should be isolated, or she should be treating less than a woman, less than a human being. I have not seen it anywhere. So how did this belief creep into African spirituality, that people, some traditionalists, they hang onto this belief so strong, and they have no evidence to prove what they are talking about. No evidence, no scientific evidence, no even spiritual evidence. They just believe this: as a woman that is on her period is unclean, she cannot do any spiritual work, she cannot enter the altar, she cannot do this, she cannot do that. I don't know where they get this from. I am still asking them to find out. Many of them, in fact, all of them, have refused or have not been able to prove me wrong on this, but they just have the belief. For me, this is a belief that has been conditioned into them during the time of the inception of Christianity. If we go back in our African history, spirituality, we'll find out that we have a maternal society in Africa. Okay, we believe in the divine mother. we venerate the Divine Mother in the personification of Hetero, of the Divine Goddess of Hathor. We view the head as our mother, and we view the woman as the giver of life, as after God, after the Son. The woman, when it comes to humanity, is the most powerful force. The woman have the capacity to give birth. Men cannot give birth. We are only impregnators. Any soul that wants to incarnate into this physical world must come through a woman. Okay, she is the gateway. She is the gate whereby souls come into this physical world. She births them. Okay, this is our process. This is our work. So if you ask me, I will say she's still more superior to man in a way, but some people will beg to differ. But let's just say they are equal. Okay, so the menstruation is simply a part of the birth process. Okay, so why can not a woman do spiritual work during her period? I don't see any reason. Okay, when I have checked every possible, conceivable, imaginable scenario why a woman cannot be able to do spiritual work or attend to her altar duties or even give offerings during her menstruation period. I have found none. Okay, I have found none, and I encourage you to do your own so that you can show me, because I want to learn. Okay, the only reason I see for this is the issue of hygiene. Men that brought this issue in the past, I believe these are men that are trying to control women in a way, and they have a low opinion on women. Maybe they feel that women cannot be able to clean themselves enough to do altar duties during that time. That's why they say, okay, if you are on your period, don't come into the altar, don't come into the temple. Okay, for me, period that a woman sees when the blood comes out is actually a waste product or a byproduct. They can use it for spiritual work, but let's talk about it now. It's a natural phenomenon. If a woman is on her period, the only thing that she has to maintain a high level of hygiene during that period, during that time, in the sense that she will make sure that whatever comes out of her will not get into anything that she's doing. Okay, let me take an example of a man now. Like me as a man, I go to toilets like other people. I poop. Okay, I will not go and poop in the toilet. Then I will now put my hand in the poop. Then I will not clean myself properly. Then I will now start using that hand that is soiled with shit to come and be doing altar duties, to come and be rubbing my altar, lighting candles, giving offering, giving libation. That is very, very wrong. That is stupid. I don't think any spiritualists will go after going to the toilet and they will now, after easing themselves, they will not clean themselves properly before they go into their altar to do spiritual work. We do this every day. We as humans, we go to the toilet every day. We know how to clean ourselves. Okay, you clean yourself thoroughly before you do other things, before you prepare food, before you go to your altar to do your spiritual work. Same thing with a woman. A woman knows how to clean herself very well. She's not going to put her hand in her period, then use the same unclean hands to go and be rubbing items on her altar. Okay? Nobody will do that except you do it by mistake. You didn't clean your hands properly. You didn't clean yourself properly. Except you do it by mistake. And if you are a very conscious person, that is very, very, very unlikely for that kind of thing to happen. Okay? This is the only reason I see why anybody should say a woman on her period should not go to the altar or do spiritual work. This is the only reason that I have come to the conclusion about. And I think that this is not enough reason. You can say, okay, this is my altar. I am the chief priest of this shrine. It's okay as a chief priest of of a certain shrine. The shrine is your full responsibility, 100% responsibility. You can say, okay, I need to keep this place clean. Part of keeping the place clean is to say, okay, certain people should not be allowed in. Women on their period are not allowed to come here because you don't know, maybe some of them might make a mistake of not cleaning themselves well during that time. Then they will come in and soil the altar and soil the shrine. If you put this kind of law for this kind of reasons, I will agree. Okay, I will agree. It makes sense. But you cannot say because women see their period, then you want to give it impression that women are inferior or women are dirty or they are less than human beings. So therefore, you want to treat them very low. You want to treat them very bad. You want to relegate them to the background. This is wrong. When it comes to African spirituality, this is the way they kind of treat women, especially during that time. And we need to talk about it. As a woman practicing African spirituality, you have your altar. Like me, I have my altar. Every practitioner have their altar. There is no problem with you doing your libation, doing your spells, doing your offerings during your period. This is your altar. You created this sacred space. You created this sacred space. The essence of you creating this sacred space in your house, in your room, is to bring out that unconscious part of you, to make that unconscious aspect conscious. Is that not the reason? This is your domain. It's your altar. Nobody can tell you what to do with your altar. Nobody can come and tell you you can do this, you cannot do this. Who the hell are they? I have friends with many female spiritualists. These are big women, solid African women that are heavy spiritualists, that they have shrine. All of them, they do their spiritual work during their period. If they don't tell you, you will not know. It is not a big deal. They know the truth. We know the truth. It's your altar, for crying out loud. Okay? Nobody can come and tell you that you cannot go to your own altar when you are on your period. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Now, it has even come to the extent whereby they have told some women that if you are on your period, you cannot do any spell. That if you do the spell will not work. This is another very, very big lie. Very, very big lie. Contrary to what they think, the spell will even work very well during your period time. I know a lot of spells that women do with their period. I have talked about it. Some of the most powerful spells that women can do is with period blood. That is some of the most, especially love spell, destruction spell. Using that menstruation blood to do them, they are the most powerful spells you can do. And a lot of spiritualists know this stuff. Probably they want to hide this secret from women so that women will not know the kind of power that they have. Okay, so this notion of saying that women cannot do spiritual work or they cannot do spell during their period, this is a very, very big misconception. It is a lie. Okay, you as a woman, you can do your spiritual work. The only thing is that you make sure that the period blood does not soil your altar. Just like I will not go to toilets, then I will not clean myself properly, then I will come and soil things on my altar. We are adults, so this cannot happen. It does not happen. Okay, as far as you make sure that your practice is clean, you don't have any problem. Okay, I don't see any problem, and I don't see any. Those spirits have told me that a woman on a period is unclean. I only hear this from these our so-called traditionalists that are spiritual illiterates, because somebody told you something that does not make sense. You're passing this lie to the next generation, to pass to the next generation, to pass. This needs to stop. Part of the reason, that's why we need to be investigating, researching, and studying African spirituality. We need to change all these misconceptions. We need to change all these or these superstitious beliefs that is permitting African spirituality. This is one of the major superstitious beliefs. I have talked about this issue in the past because it's a major issue. If you come to Africa today, we still see many traditionalists that will still be arguing this thing that doesn't make sense, that a woman on her period cannot do spiritual work, she cannot come before the altar, she cannot do this, she cannot do that. Who told you? Who gave you this? Where did you hear this from? Show me, where is it written? Show me, tell me the spirit that said it. Tell me which spirit talk. Let me go and meet the spirit who asks, is it true? It is not true. It is just nonsense that they are be regurgitating. Part of the reason of this misconception is these evil spirits that have infiltrated African spirituality. I told you a lot of evil witchcraft practitioners are here. These people have infiltrated African spirituality so that they can pollute and corrupt the practice. And they have been able to corrupt it with a lot of nonsense. They have been able to corrupt it with this kind of superstitions that does not make sense. These superstitious beliefs are aimed to make people feel inferior. They are aimed to put people in bondage so that you be coming to them. They aim to make you inferior to them, give you the impression that they are holier than thou. They are superior to you, especially as a man. They are superior, they are the final authority. You need to be looking down on them. They can do things all the time, but there are certain things you cannot do. Why can you not do this thing? Because you are a woman, and as a woman, you are dirty, you are inferior. You should know your place. This is the mentality that they aim to project into you. And this is a very wrong thing. This is nonsense, and I have to speak against it. It is bullshit. And if you see any spiritualist that is having this mentality, that is saying this thing, run away from that person. That person have evil spirits. That person is practicing spiritual wickedness, and that person is also a bloody, stupid, spiritual illiterates. Okay? That's why you need to practice by yourself. As a spiritual person, you should make sure that in your spiritual concern, it belongs to you. It starts with you. You should not give this your spiritual authority. You should not give it to anybody. Okay? Before you work with people spiritually, you should study them very well to know their mindset, to know their orientation, to know if they are forward thinking, or to know the kind of spirit that is controlling them. You should listen to them. When some people begin to peel some trash from their mouths, you will know where they belong. You will know the kind of spirit or the kind of force that is controlling, animating them. You will know the kind of spirits they are venerating. Only if they lie to you that we are venerating Oshun, we are venerating one pure deity. But from the words they are saying, they don't speak like somebody that is venerating Oshun. They don't speak like somebody that is venerating Amen-Ra. They don't speak like somebody that is venerating a good deity. You'll be shocked. So you need to shine your eye. You need to listen. You need to pay attention. Okay? Many times people, what is inside them, they don't know where they bring it out, especially the spirit world. You will discover what animates people. You need to be conscious and sharp. So this notion, anybody that is perpetrating this rubbish, you need to be careful of those kind of people. They are not the people you want to be running things with. I'm telling you. They are not the people you want to put yourself under to say you want to study with this kind of people. They are not the people. Okay? Your conscience will tell you. You, as a man, there are many things we do. They often say that if a man has sex with a woman on her period, it will destroy the spell. This notion, again, it depends on the kind of spirits you are working with. There are some spirits that have restriction that you cannot do certain things. There are some spells you will do that will restrict you, that certain things you will do will neutralize the spell. It is on case-by-case basis. Generally, there is nothing wrong with a man sleeping with a woman on her period. Okay? If you are not bound by any kind of spiritual obligation to certain deities, You are free to do what you want to do. A lot of us men have slept with women on their period before. I have done it many times. Nothing has happened to me. If a man want to have sex, if they see a woman, they feel attracted to the woman. They don't care whether you're on your period or not. This is true. I'm telling you the true thing. A man that is on heat, that want to have sex, that is attracted to it, he don't care if the woman is on her. He will tell you, leave it like that, leave her like that. He will do the thing. Even these so-called traditionalists, that they are carrying this period thing on their heads. These so-called traditionalists that are hypocrites. Nature comes first. They will do what they want to do. Okay? When we go to restaurants, you want to eat. You do not ask the woman or the girl on duty if she's on her period before you will buy food. I don't know, it does not happen. You call yourself a spiritual, even the so-called traditionalists, then we go to a restaurant, you don't dare ask the girl, are you on your period? You don't do it. You ask what is on the menu, and they eat the food. They do not die. Is that not even worse than other things that you do? So let's remove let's reason very well. This mentality is an hypocritical thing. Okay, you are talking about condom. Condom is for contraceptive, for prevention, right? You having condom to have sex with a woman that is on her period. What are you protecting from? On her period already, she's not going to get pregnant, especially except you want to protect from STDs. Okay, if the person is your wife or your real chick, you don't use condom. Okay, you use condom where you don't trust the person. Is it not the way men do it? But if the person is your girlfriend, except you people are trying to practice some form of family planning, most times couples don't use condom. You do it the way you do it. They call it raw, and I know and they do nothing. A lot of men, when it comes to sex, they do it the way they want to do it. They don't care if the woman is on her period. They do the thing. So all these hypocrites that our men, they are saying that a woman on her period is inferior. Some even come to say if you sleep with a woman on her period, you cannot have money, it will cut your money. These things are nonsense. It's men that have poverty mentality, or they are being controlled by superstitious belief. They are the ones that believe all this nonsense. And there are some stupid Christians too, these Christian criminal men of dogs. When you go to them, after they collect money from you, they'll be looking for any little thing to say to make you a sinner. Oh, you slept with a woman on her period. Even if you did it 10 years ago, they will say that is a thing that is making God to punish you. Can you imagine? So we should be sharp and intelligent. There is nothing wrong with you doing spell on your period. If somebody say that you should not go to their shrine if you are on your period, it is their shrine. But for your own shrine, your own altar, nobody stops you. All the female practitioners in African spirituality, I have a lot of female friends that practice, they all have shrine. And they are women, and I know they menstruate. And they go to their shrine every day. Nobody can tell you what not to do in your shrine. Nobody can tell you. It is your shrine, just like your house. Nobody can come and tell you what to do inside your own house. So don't let anybody, any stupid, psychopathic, parasitic, vampiric spiritualist to come and be telling you that you cannot practice your own spirituality inside your house if you are on your period. That man is stupid. That man is a goat. That person is a thief. That person is a bloody spiritual illiterate, and it's a fool. They don't know what they are talking about. Okay? Anybody that tells you that, you should block that person. Please block that person for your own security, for your own peace of mind. They don't know what they are talking about. Okay? So this is my point on this issue. This is my point. Okay? These are our native traditionalist people. Many of them are neck deep in superstitious belief. Many of them are net in superstitious belief. Many of them are spiritual illiterates. This is the reason why I have to come out on YouTube to correct many things that I'm seeing that is going wrong. Okay, we are not the only people practicing spirituality in the world. Indian people, they practice. Okay, Chinese people, they have their own. Thai people, they have their own. Mexico people, they have their own. Why will African spirituality be the one that is filled with this? All these women from other cultures, don't they have menstruation? They all menstruate too now. They do their spiritual work in front of their altar. When it comes to African spirituality, who are these people that are coming to want to? It is just misogynistic men. These men that aim to control women, to control every aspect of the life of. They are the one that is pushing these mindsets. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so please don't let anybody to deceive you. Don't let anybody to tell you trash for something that you create by yourself. Okay, don't let anybody to take your spiritual power from you. This is what I'm trying to say. It is your shrine, it is your altar, it is your hands. You can do your spell anytime you do it. On a person on a period is not a sickness. Okay, it is not an unclean thing. It is not the person. You are not evil because you are seeing your period. You are not. Nothing is wrong with you. It's a natural thing. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. So don't let anybody to let you feel inferior because you are on your period. Don't let anybody. Do your spiritual work anytime you find chance to do it. Okay, you say in our faith that the pastor give you perfume. All these things are what they use to scam people now. This is the essence of them doing. A lot of pastors will say a woman is unclean. In the Christian religion, in the Bible, women on their period are considered unclean. Christianity hates women. From the beginning of that book, the first thing that was Eve was cursed. So if you study that book is a book that was designed to oppress women. That Eve take apple from snake, so therefore women have to be punished. This is a misogynistic book that was designed to put women in perpetual bondage and perpetual servitude. Probably this so-called our African spiritual superstitious belief, they got all this nonsense from Christianity to put women in bondage. Who told you women are unclean? If you say women are unclean, your mother that gave birth to you is the first unclean woman, because your mother has period before she gave birth to you. Women are not unclean. Okay, that book, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, these three cancers of Abraham. The aim of this religion is to remove women from the divinity and place them in the back seats of oppression and repression. This is what they have succeeded in doing. Before the coming of this religion, the woman was regarded as a goddess. In African spirituality, our trinity represents man, woman, and child. But when a Abrahamic religion came, they removed the woman and replaced the woman with the Holy Spirit. Where is the woman? You cannot find them anymore in the Trinity, because they want to oppress women. They want to control women. They want to weaken women. And this is what has caused the imbalance we have in the world today. If you see everywhere, women are oppressed. Women are treated as second-class citizens. Women have taken a lot of shades. Look at the Arab world. A woman cannot even show herself. You have to be covering cloth with blanket from morning till night, even in hot sun. Women have no right, have no voice, have no this. This is the essence of this religion. Come to African spirituality, they say women cannot even have property. It was designed to oppress you as a woman. So you should not accept any spiritual system that seeks to oppress you, that seeks to limit your freedom, that seeks to restrict your spiritual power. Please do not accept it. Anybody that is preaching this kind of orientation, block that person. When they do this kind of things now, let me tell you, it is a money maker for them. If they are successful in making you feel inferior, when you want to do spell, you will not feel that you can't do it on your period. You now give them money to be doing the spell for you. Okay, now that person you say sold the perfume to you now, I'm sure he sold the perfume at a very expensive price. So this special perfume he has now convinced you is that if you spray this perfume, you can now do spiritual work when you're on your period. Is that not what he will tell you? He has scammed you. Probably will not sell the perfume for some thousands of naira. Good money for him. So imagine if he can convince like 10 or 20 women to think like this, meaning he can be making money from 10 of you. Maybe he can sell this perfume 10,000 naira. From the 10 of you, you just be making 100k every month for selling perfume to you, to 10 girls. Why will he not be a rich man? You buy that perfume, you spray it, you feel that when I spray this, only then I can do spiritual work. He has scammed you. So imagine if a guy like that can do that to 500 women. Only money he will be making from perfume alone, it will be like 5 million naira a month. Why will he not wear Versace and Gucci? This is what they do. Same thing they do in African spirituality. We have a lot of evil people also in African spirituality. They will say, okay, you cannot do this spell. I have to do it for you. And for me to do it for you during your period, you have to pay me. Yes, they will collect money and then they will be doing it for you. So something you can do for yourself, you are now contracting it to somebody else, which is unnecessary. And that person is not making money off you. And that person designed this system to make money off you for the rest of your life. Okay? So imagine this guy can convince like 1,000 women, 2,000 women on this simple lie. He can become a very rich person. It's a lifetime lie. So you need to think properly. Okay? Don't let anybody use you for money-making venture. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you doing spells on your period. I have taught a lot of spells women can use their period to do. I have talked about the topic. You can use your period blood to do a lot of powerful spells. They don't teach you these things. This kind of man will never teach you this stuff. Because if he teach you this stuff, you will not come and meet him to do spell anymore. You can be doing the thing by yourself and he will lose money. So he keep deceiving you. These are the spiritual vampires we talk about. They will come very close to you, would wink you into this their fake or this their lies, and they start feeding off you till you die. This is what they do. That's why you need to practice African spirituality by yourself, so you can know how to do stuff by yourself. Okay, this is why I'm here today, to teach you all these things. And this is why many of these traditionalists do not like me, because I take money from their hands. I talk about the truth thing. I expose their lies. So many of them don't like me. They try to kill me, but they cannot. So that is a story for another day. So please, you need to know all this stuff. There is nothing wrong with you as a woman. It is the way God created you. God has already empowered you. Nature have already empowered you with all the things you need to survive inside you. You just need to know how to use it, how to apply it, and do not give your power to anybody. Any spiritual system that seeks to condemn you, especially Christianity, reject it. Islam, reject it. If it's any devious form of African spirituality, reject it. You need to reject. This is what you need to know. Okay? Anything that seeks to take your power, to take your spiritual autonomy from you, anybody that seems to snatch it from you, that person is not your friend. That person is not your helper. Okay? That person is your enemy, and that person is a bloody vampire. This is what you need to know today. Know this and know peace. Okay? So I have said it many times before, and I'll continue to say it. There is nothing wrong with you as a woman. Okay? If anybody is selling this trash, just know that that person is a wicked person. That person is a stupid person. The person is a spiritual illiterate. I have checked many books. I have not seen anywhere they write it. And I don't see anything wrong. I have even consulted the spirit. Nothing is wrong with it. Okay? Your own shrine. If somebody say, don't come into my shrine, if you're on your period, that is their shrine. But your own shrine, nobody can tell you what to do. You know how you live your life. Nobody can stop you. So don't allow anybody to interfere between you and your spirituality. Don't allow anybody to come in between. Don't allow anybody to come to become a middleman, to want to be micromanaging your spirituality for you, telling you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot do this because you are unclean, because this and that. If you can slap that person, slap the person. Slap them and warn them to get out of your business. Okay, you are in every right to do that, and you should do that. So I hope that somebody have been able to get something out of this discussion. If you have any questions, please, you can ask. Okay, you can ask. This is a sensitive topic, and this is my take on the topic. I have said this thing many times, so please don't feel bad about anything. Do your spirituality, do your spells any time of the day. There's no problem. Okay, you are very free to do it. Nothing will happen to you. So this is my take. Church is a serious business, you know. They scammed a lot of people. It is very painful that our people are still suffering. I did not know the kind of spell that these Roman people did on Africa. And the painful thing is that a lot of our African brothers today, they have taken over from the Romans. The evil they are actually doing to our own people is even worse than the white people now. It's even worse. So you see a lot of black people perpetrating this evil of religion on our own people. They have refused to block. These are just evil spirits in human form. Anywhere they see goodness, they want to attack and destroy it. They aim to project this spiritual darkness all over Africa to enslave the spirituality of African people. This is a spiritual war. And this war, you have to take no prisoners. You should not entertain nonsense. You must not entertain anything that will limit you. Many of these people, they have been able to infiltrate African spirituality. They infiltrate it. One of the ways is this superstitious beliefs that they bring in to attack people, to make you feel inferior, to make you ignorant. Then they can control you. Anywhere there is truth and light, they cannot control the people. So in order to control people, you need to spread ignorance. You need to spread fear. You need to make people feel that they are inferior, they are useless, they are worthless. Any little excuse to weaken people, they will take advantage of it, especially women. I don't know, for whatever reason, the major attack is on women, because they know that women are very powerful. So the attack is usually on women. This period thing is what they are using. So don't anybody that want to tell you that you are unclean, please block that person. Tell them that it's your father or mother that is unclean. These Christians, when we come to you, they say that you are suffering from original sin, that you were born into sin. For me, this is an high insult. How can you say a child that just came yesterday is already a sinner? What do you mean? We should not be accepting this kind of rubbish. Immediately they say it, you should rebuke them and chase them out of your house, chase them from the place. Because when you are beginning to accept all those things, the evil will start coming in on you. You must reject it. Anything that wants to put you down, reject it. Reject racism. Reject any ideology that want to make you inferior. Reject it. Tell the person to prove it. If they cannot prove it, chase them out of your house, chase them out of your office, of your site, instantly. It's a very high insult. You come and tell somebody that my own altar that I create, I cannot touch it if I'm on my period. I cannot do offering to Ogun, to Amadio. I cannot do offering to my African day. Am I not the one representing these deities? All of us human, we came here through sex. For a human being to be here today, two people must fuck. So, are you trying to say that sex is sinful? If sex is sinful, then you too, you are also sinful. God that created sex know that sex is a good thing, and I believe God must have tested it out according to Dr. Ben, God will be the first person to have sex because he created sex, right? So sex is not a bad thing. And certainly a woman on a period is not a bad thing. Okay? So don't let anybody come to say they want to be a middleman to come and be telling you trash. Chase these people out, love them, they are thieves. The next they want to sell something to you or they want to subcontract some of your own things to them. You now be paying them money to do spell for you because you cannot do it because you think you are unclean. This is what they want, money. They're sucking money from you like vampires, sucking this money, sucking this money, sucking this money. It doesn't end until you die because definitely you're going to see your period for the rest of your life. This is a scam they have been doing for years. This is why we need to stop it at this time. So the moral of the story is that we should take our spirituality into our own hands. We should reject any spiritual system that seeks to relegate us to the background, that seems to make us inferior. A God and a goddess have no limits. You should see yourself in that light. Don't look at somebody claiming to be a spiritual godfather. That person can go to hell. He was not there when you were born and he cannot create a human being. The person is just a scammer. He's just a fake person. An imposter. Imposter want to come in as a middleman to take things from you. It's a thief. Okay, so spirituality is a direct connection with nature, with divinity. You as a woman, as a man, you're already a complete package. You need direct connection. We interact, we carry out our spiritual activities by interacting with the physical world, by the elements of nature, direct interaction, making use of spells, making use of herbs, the water, the land. We interact with it, we touch them, we take elements, we mix them together, we apply these things to ourselves. It doesn't need middleman. Direct contact. You need to make direct contact with the elemental qualities of the planets. You need direct contact with them. Okay, this is how we practice our spirituality. Okay, so this is what I have to say on this topic today. I thank you guys for watching me. I thank you very much. I'm very delighted, and I'll be seeing you in subsequent videos. For those of you that are watching for the first time, this is a River of Knowledge, Afro-Scientific Spirituality. Here we seek to destroy the misconceptions and superstitions that we are seeing in African spirituality. Here we discuss the serious topics, we analyze it, and we bring out the truth. Here we seek to learn so that we can grow, so that we can evolve. Here we don't believe in superstitious belief. You cannot just come here to say trash, to run with your trash. I'm not that kind of person. So this place is different. You can register if you want to learn African spirituality. You can register on my website, River of Knowledge. You can join. We have a lot of resources that will help you in your spiritual growth and development. If you would like to read my book on quantum physics and African spirituality, it is here for you, waiting for you. If you want to do your spell, hexes, pacts, oracle, tarot readings, I do all of those things. And I also teach those things as well. So apart from that, I thank you very much for today. And I'll be seeing you in the next videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.